Thank you very much for everyone that's come here today. I just wanted to let you know, with just 8 days until Election Day, this race has become increasingly vicious. As we saw this past weekend, Terry Gipson and his allies will stoop to untold levels to smear someone's name and lie about their stance on the issues. Their latest exploit is as a despicable mailer depicting a severely battered woman and lies about my record on women's issues. Quite frankly, it's disgusting. As I've consistently reiterated throughout this campaign, as a wife, a mother, and a small business owner and a legislator, I will be a strong voice of the woman of the Hudson Valley. But today isn't about me. Today is about the 1 in 4 women who will experience domestic violence in her lifetime. It's about the estimated 1.3 million women nationwide who will be victims of physical assault by an intimate partner this year. It's about the untold number of women who experience domestic violence every day for years and never report it to the police. In fact, only approximately 1/4 of all physical assaults and 1/5 of all rapes perpetrated against women by intimate partners are reported to the police. October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. It's a time to raise awareness about these important issues. It's a time to stand up for the women who are victimized each year. It's not a time to exploit their plan for political gain. Terry Gipson and his allies should be ashamed of this mailer. They should be ashamed that they have victimized these women who have already been victimized enough. Since he was elected, Terry Gipson has taken over $27,000 from the same group, Vote Cope, who sent this mailer. I'm calling on Terry Gipson to condemn this mailer immediately. And if Terry truly cares about the victims of domestic violence, he should immediately donate the funds he's taken from the Vote Cope to a domestic violence shelter. As a woman, a mother, and a legislator, I will be proud to stand up for the women of our community. I will always stand alongside the victims of domestic violence to support them and provide them the resources they need to rise above their abuse. If you're suffering from domestic violence, please don't hesitate to speak out. And if you need more information or help dealing with domestic violence, please call the Domestic Violence Hotline at 1-800-799-7233 or the National Sexual Assault Hotline at 1-800-656-4673. Thank you. Our County Executive?
Thank you, Sue. I wanted to join Sue today because, quite frankly, to call into question her commitment to combating and responding to domestic violence calls into question Dutchess County's heralded response to domestic violence. Over the last 2 decades, this county has led the nation in responding to incidents of abuse and violence against women, against children, and violence in families. We do that through an integrated response, bringing law enforcement, judges, not-for-profits like the one behind us, all to the table to combat in an integrated and collaborative way domestic violence. In the last 3 years alone, Dutchess County has committed both state and local resources to training law enforcement officials, training magistrates and judges, and reaching out to non-for-profit organizations to strengthen our response. And Sue Serino has been a leader in that effort. I've been around politics long enough, I've seen campaigns long enough, and I've seen mailers long enough. Most of them, I can't even tell you what they look like. This is a disgrace. There are women in this community who look like this, who have been abused and beaten, who have been violated. And quite frankly, if it would be just one thing we could all come together and agree on, it's ensuring that we don't play political games with those who are victims of violence. I trust that Senator Gipson is committed to responding to domestic violence, but I know firsthand that Sue Serino has been a leader, has been dedicated to and committed to ensuring that Dutchess County, not as a government alone, but as a community, responds to domestic violence and protects women living in violent situations. There is no room for this kind of politics in Dutchess County, and I join her in really calling for an end to this kind of politicking. But again, I have to tell you, we have been able to speak in Dutchess County with one voice, Republicans and Democrats, legislature and executive, for years. dedicating ourselves to providing a community that cares about, responds to, educates, and promotes a safe environment for women. We don't want anything like this in our community, and quite frankly, it shouldn't exist in politics. Thanks.
Thank you, Marcus. Thank you. Thank you very much, everyone, for coming here for this very important issue today. Thank you.